Today on the workbench we're going to work on this Icom IC-229 Hotel. This is a 2-meter mobile radio. This was mailed into the channel by one of my viewers. He's been a fantastic supporter of the channel, and I can't thank him enough. If only I could remember his name. Gosh, what? No. I'm a junk collector. This was a gift from him. Again, Don, I cannot thank you enough for all that you've done for me, all that you've done for the channel. You've supported me whole bunches, and I really do appreciate that, and I hope by thanking you publicly, you'll know how much I really do appreciate it. Also, for those that are not familiar with Don, I'm a junk collector. If you're into junk collecting, go check out his channel, because that's exactly what he does. Collects junk. And it's not I'm a junk collector, it's a junk collector with a U, as you see right here on the screen. And if you click down below in the doodly-doo, you're going to find a direct link to his YouTube channel. Go there, become a subscriber, collect your $200, well, try to collect it, and don't pass go, because you're not getting out of jail. Okay, so the complaint, the registry complaint on this is, I believe all that's wrong with it is just the display lights are out. He sent this radio amongst others several years ago. I don't want to dare say I'm slow at getting to them, just other projects and other things came first. And so I'm just now getting to this radio here. Don had this mounted to a piece of plexiglass with a computer muffin fan at the rear, so I think that he bucket mounted on this a lot. I think the radio came out in about 1990. I don't know how long Don has had it. I went ahead and took it off the plexiglass and the muffin fan. He did have it connected to a nice, healthy cigarette lighter plug, which for the time being I'm going to leave on, because I'm going to temporarily throw this in my Jeep. Tomorrow taking a day trip, and I thought it'd be cool to have a 2-meter rig in the mobile. I've been using a HT, a dual band HT, and yeah, that's fine and dandy, but it also kind of gets old and a little challenging if you wanted to play, and can't do that. Don already put some Velcro, because he had this Velcroed onto that plexiglass. This is going to temporarily sit on top of my dash, on top of the carpet that I have on the dash, and it'll stick just fine there. It's a small radio, as you can see, and it's full power, 50 watts, and like I said, it has been a while since I plugged it in. Pardon my arms. We're going to do just that. So what I'm doing there is I just screwed in a antenna. Next thing I'm going to do is I have this cigarette lighter plug adapter, which goes into my power strip, has banana jacks on the end of it, and I'll fish out the end of the cable. We'll plug it in, and as soon as we do, we should be live. And let's go ahead and turn it on. Okay, it's live. As you can see, the display is dark. I believe I have the microphone for it. If not, I have another Icom microphone. I would like to think that this one works. It looks like we're transmitting. Yep. I see that I'm missing the little screw in there, and this wiggles. And we are transmitting. So that is Not good. That's not what we want. So let me set this microphone down. And I bumped the camera so it might not be in play. Let me grab the other microphone. Alright, so I got the other microphone. And I see that this one is also missing the screw. If I need to, I'll rewire, hoping I don't have to. Perfect. Okay. I do have those little set screws, so I will dig them out of my collection of microphone ends, and we'll put one in. So we should be able to go, yep, up, down. And we want to see indeed how good, if it does indeed receive. I would hate to do all the work on it, throw it in the mobile, get down the road, find out it don't work. I don't know about in your area, but my area, ham radio is pretty much dead anymore. And I live near a big population. Oops, ain't down far enough. So I'm going to go to a repeater that I know all the information on, and we will see if we can kerchunk it.
That's pretty much a price you can't refuse.
Alright, so that was, oh, that's not the repeater I was going to. Let's see, where's my reverse button?
Yes, indeed. It could be just like that. Well, what can I say? Sitting around here, gotta drill my plastic. My pole's set up, it's nice and sturdy, and now I have to come up with a method to reaffix it to the new pole, which is a lot bigger in diameter, so I'm going to have to go find some new U-bolts and potentially re-drill my...
Well, I don't know where my reverse button is on this.
Come back together and come up with an insulator, since the insulators I have are for a smaller pole.
Oh well, doesn't matter. Okay, this is the repeater. Okay, so I guess I've already got that set up. Okay, so we know the radio works as far as that's concerned, without speaking into it. I guess the money button is my reverse. So let's go ahead and turn this off. Need to turn on the fire onto the iron. So let me go ahead and tear this apart. I need to take the covers off, and I believe underneath the covers I'm going to have a couple of screws that puts this, mounts this face down. I need to remove that to get to the board underneath. I do believe this takes incandescent bulbs. I don't think it's LED, so I need to check the voltage, because I don't have any incandescent And if I did, I probably wouldn't have the proper voltage. So, but I've got a bunch of LEDs. I've got orange, which should adapt over just fine because I do believe this was a orange display. And I also have Kenwood green. So if I wanted to go with Kenwood green and give it a whole new radical look, probably not. I prefer the orange, but I do have the Kenwood green for, well, Kenwood. Let me open this up and we will be right back after these messages. Alright, got the covers cracked and I thought we'd come and take a peek at it so you could see. This right here is the amplifier. That's a 50 watt amplifier. And I believe this is the IF and all that good stuff, the IFE. This is the tone board, the CT-CSS tone board. Reference crystal. A couple of screws on this side that we need to remove. And all that wonderful SMD stuff that I wouldn't be able to do. That is way too tiny for me. And that goes without saying that these are the other set of screws that come off of here. This is a really nice radio. And again, Don, express my gratitude in a public forum. Very much appreciative of it. So let's go ahead. We're probably going to need to pull those knobs off, but let's see first. So while I'm doing this, why don't you guys tell me how you doing? How's your day going so far? That's wonderful. Or horrible. That's horrible. Whichever application works for you, by all means, apply it. Anyway, carry on. You were telling me about your day. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Oh, man, that's horrible. Anything we can do? All right, so enough of that. So like, yeah. And I do believe we're going to have to pull this nut off of this mic. And okay, that'll pass through. Yes, we need to pull that nut off of that. Stand by, let me get the tool. The nut remover tool. Guaranteed to remove your nuts or your money back. Or you get to keep your nuts. I've actually been creating a tool specifically for this, and I sat down and I drew it out and everything old-fashioned way with paper, pencil, and a ruler. And now I'm trying to find a machine shop that could build me the tool. Till then, I have to use this tool. Yeah, it works, but it sucks butt. I don't like it. I like my tool better. So if you know a shop that does a decent job, inexpensive price, let me know. That would make my job a little bit easier. See, this tool broke the nut free, but it does not drive it all the way off. So now it's going to employ another tool, which I should have got. This tool straight in. My tool would take this completely off and put it completely on without involving no other tool but its own. And it's an awesome looking tool. Thought I had somebody, but that did not pan out. Oh, look at that. It's magnified. Who'd have thunk that? Now, the lights that we're after, there's one right here. And there's one right there. So we need to take this assembly off next. Okay, so they're the same size? Yep. Thought one was shorter than the other. Okay, we got another screw right there. Okay. I was just making sure those buttons will not fall out. I'm at the edge of the workbench and got carpeting on the floor. And that would not be cool. Okay, all three screws are the same size, just a reference for you in case you do this and you get lost. I have this cable right here runs into the back. Plus I've got wires that are laying down. So I think I have to break that free to feed it. You'd see that gingle of wire smashed up underneath there. So I'm trying to get one or the other out. There we go. Trying to do that without breaking. I'm going to remove this wire. Change your point of view so you could see maybe a little better than head on. So I removed this tape that was holding down these two jumpers right here. And so now we're going to pull those off, which might be a challenge to either get them off or get them back on. Let me show you. This wire right here, this group of wires, goes to the plug that's sandwiched right in between the two capacitors. And then this one here, also in between capacitors, but a little more easier to access. So yeah, you can get them off, but getting back on. The only other option is try to break the wire free from back here, and that's the whole point. Oh, goober. I guess breaking the tape was the answer. Always have available on your workbench a camera, whether it's your cell phone or other. Something that has macro and takes good photos. And generally you want to different angles. And perspective. An anchor point, someplace you could recognize. It don't have to be a wonderful camera, it just has to be a camera that works and, well, does a good job. I'm using a old Panasonic. This is DMC ZS5. It's a good camera. I take video with this, and I've used the video within my video. So a lot of times when I go shaky cam, this is what I'm using. It only shoots at 720, but I up-res it in post to 1920. Alright, so I'll start breaking free the plugs. Oh shoot, can't do that just yet. We need to hook up power. I need to take a reading of the voltage from the lights, so I know what we're dealing with. Gotta be careful of shorting. So we'll take some material here that is perfect. This is government approved material. It's almost like your government cheese. Okay. So you're not going to be able to see exactly where I need to take the probes, but I got to go right here. So right down there. Grab a meter. Got it on DC. .48 volts. And see if there's a positive negative. Yes. Alright, so the anode is on the top of the light. And is that true also for this one? Nope. The anode is on the bottom. Yep. Alright, so 12.5 volts. And I think my LEDs are only about 2 volts. So I'm going to have to get crafty with resistor placement, because I will not have a lot of room. All right, let me pull these plugs. Alright. Let me try to pull these plugs. Plausible. These are, at least this one is soldered in. Yeah, I think these are soldered in. Doggone it. Okay. Well, that just made things a little bit more interesting. Shoot. Okay. Unplug them from here. Okay, so this right here is the light that we have to remove. And then there's our button battery. If I had a replacement for that, I would probably swap it out. But I don't, so I won't. Alright, so let me go ahead and work on getting that light replaced and that light replaced.